All right, ready. I'm ready now.
Already? All right, Mike, we'll kick it off with you.
Hey Rico, Mike K from the Charlotte Observer. Nice to meet you, and congrats on coming back home. Um, I was just curious, what was free agency like for you this first time going through it, really? And can you take us through the process of deciding to come back home?
So this is my second time going through free agency because I was undrafted. So I was on the 3 year. This might be my six going into my 6 year. So this is my second time, but I think this is my first time being unrestricted. But the process is pretty similar to last year. Got to explore and then go see what your market and your value and stuff like that was like. And then obviously the process of coming back to Carolina made the decision with my agents and weigh the options and things like that. What we had, do we want to wait it out or not and go ahead and sign? So made the decision to go ahead and come back home and was a great opportunity.
Those first 3 years in the league, you had a lot of adversity, obviously going undrafted, dealing with some injuries, and not really touching the ball a lot. With all that said, how vindicating have the last 2 years been? Like, like, or I guess gratifying, I guess, would be this situation now that you had the breakout year a couple of years ago, and now you really had a great run last year. How much has that meant to you? And then being able to bring that to a new place as well.
A lot. Take a lot of pride and gratitude of what I've been able to do. Feel like it's more out there, but like you said, the first 3 years not really playing much. You kind of get discouraged, like, damn, am I ever gonna play and stuff like that. But obviously, these last 2 years, I got to play a little bit more the year before last, and then last year I got to kind of be the lead guy towards the middle of the season. So definitely just trusting the process and things like that, and everything's worked out. So definitely looking forward to bringing what I could do and showing my value to Carolina.
Right, we will go to David Newton, followed by Joe Person.
Hey, Rico, David Newton, ESPN.com. Congrats on your arrival here.
Thank you.
Wanted to ask you, how closely did you follow the Panthers growing up?
I wouldn't say I never was like a football guy growing up, like to watch football. I just played it pretty much, but I wouldn't say I followed them a lot. I more so growing up, I always followed college football more so.
hmm And I know you were in Asheville. You still have family there? Anybody impacted by Helene last year?
Nobody in my family was impacted by it, thankfully. But yes, so my mom and my dad and my brothers and sisters, my immediate family, all still stay in North Carolina. And then where I grew up from in Gaffney, South Carolina, which is about 50 minutes from Charlotte, that's where the rest of my family stays. And some in Charlotte, some in Spartanburg, but all over the Carolinas, that area.
Okay. And secondly, I was curious, what were your thoughts on DeMarcus Lawrence's comments about not being able to win a Super Bowl at Dallas?
Uh, people got their own thoughts and opinions, and obviously, Demarcus has been there for some years, so that's just what his thought and opinion. He hasn't won a Super Bowl in his years and his time there, so I guess he felt like he couldn't win one, and that's just that.
Do you agree with him or?
I don't agree or I disagree.
Okay. I appreciate it. I mean, but you go from a team
Yeah.
that people expect to win a Super Bowl to a team that in Charlotte that hasn't had even win a season in 7 years. What's that? Just how did that factor into your decision?
Like you said, opportunity for me, what I would get to do in Carolina, and then like you said, going from one team to another. I don't really look at it like that. I look at it as is the team trying to build towards success. As we focus, obviously everybody says their main focus is on winning, but you got to do the things and the right things to be able to win. And I trust and believe my agents with the deciding process and getting around the building, talking to all the coaches and everything. They seem like a pretty cool staff and like they're about winning, and all the moves they made is lean towards that. So, maybe it's time to turn it around and get a winning season over there.
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
That's it.
Hey Rico, appreciate you doing this. I'm with the Athletic here in Charlotte. Um, Wondered, were you surprised at all after your big season that you didn't get an opportunity to start somewhere and then even like a multi-year deal offers elsewhere?
Yeah, a little bit surprising, but it's the nature of the business. Obviously the running back position haven't been valued like that in recent years, and it's kind of still trending and stuff and which I think is completely wrong. I think running back is one of the most valuable positions on the offense, but I definitely say a little bit surprising. Coming off, we didn't think. We was thinking more multi-year deal going into free agency, but it is what it is, and it took a turn. So truly believe everything will work out how it's supposed to work out. Though.
Well, along those lines, you were saying earlier that this is kind of your second time for free agency.
Yeah.
Is part of you thinking like, well, I get to try it again next year if I put another good season together, that maybe it's a more
Right.
lucrative market for you?
Yep, exactly. And that's the best way for me to look at it right now. It is what it is. I'm on a 1 year contract. Obviously, you want that multi-year for security or whatnot. But how the market was this year, I feel like go do good, stay healthy again for another whole season, and continue to produce. I've already showed that I can go out there and be a lead guy and things like that, and just have a good season again, and let the rest take care of the rest and be back on the market next year, like you said.
Curious also your thoughts on Bryce Young and whether you know him at all and what.
No, I don't know him at all, but I definitely watched a couple college and when we played against them. I mean, not played against. I might have did play against them my senior year, maybe not, but definitely watched them in the championship games and followed them a little bit in college. Haven't really watched them much in the NFL. Did get the chance to play against them last year, and him himself, he's been through a little bit of adversity, but he came back and towards the end of the season, he turned it on. Has been that player that they want him to be, and that he can be. And he a dual threat guy. So looking forward to getting to play alongside him.
Thanks, Rico.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we have time for a couple more. We'll go to Mike K, followed by Cassidy, and then Alex Sello.
Here we go. Just piggybacking, I'm back again. Just piggybacking off of Joe's question about your contract. It's highly incentivized. Is as a competitor, how do contracts with incentives kind of, benefit both you and the team? And then I was also wondering, if I could take you back playing quarterback your final year in high school. What went into
Yeah.
that decision to go from running back to quarterback, and how did that help your overall understanding of the game?
I think to answer the question first about high school, the decision went to I was the best athlete on the team, and Coach Laws, my high school coach at the time, he's still up there, AC Reynolds, came in. He was like, "Yeah, you gonna be quarterback this year," and that pretty much was that decision. I was the best athlete on the team, things like that. So I'm pretty sure that's what I went into that decision, and they made it pretty simple for me. But I definitely think it helped seeing it from the quarterback and then going to play running back. I knew I was going to play running back in college, but I definitely think it helped, like my knowledge and how I see things and how the quarterback see things. And I think it's still helped me to this day. Like I still think I can play quarterback to this day. But as far as incentives, I feel like incentive-based contracts. I mean, I think it's a good thing for the player and the organization. It keeps you driven, keeps you hungry, and things like that. But also, it's just not like they're just getting this guy a lump sum. You got to go earn what you're getting paid. So I look at it from that. So definitely looking forward to taking on that challenge. Just got to earn your contract, pretty much. I think
Thanks,
it's a good thing. Yes, sir.
thanks, Rico.
Hey Rico, how's it going?
Good. How about you?
Good. First question, very important. Is there a light show going on the roof of your car?
Oh yeah, I got the stars up there. Yeah, they just keep going on and off. Yeah.
It's really entertaining. Um, and then when you were kind of going through this process and you knew that Carolina was a possibility, did you tell your family like, hey, there's a chance I could be back home for a year, or did you wait till it was done and surprise them?
I waited till it was done before I told anybody. So yeah,
And what was that
kind of
reaction like?
was. Oh, a lot of calls, a lot of messages, but a lot of excitement, especially from my mom and a couple of my close friends, just to get to be around them again. But definitely a lot of excitement.
Sweet, thank you.
Hey Rico, this is Alex Zetla with the Charlotte Observer. What I came on a little late, so apologies if you already answered this question, but what is intriguing about playing with a guy like Chuba Hubbard and sharing the backfield with him?
Obviously, Chuba, he had his first 1,000 yard season last year, as well as me. So our rushers back there, that'd be the number one intriguing thing. Both guys has done it at a high level and been out there and been able to put some good things on tape. But him, as far as him seen and watched, I've watched his highlights already. Watched a little bit of the offense just to try and figure out the scheme and stuff like that. The guy's a baller, a playmaker, and he has great instincts, and that's one of the things you look for in a running back. The instincts and how instinctive they can play and decisive they can be. He's one of those guys. For the sharing the backfield with him.
Yeah, you mentioned looking at the offensive or looking at the offense and discovering the schemes and stuff like this. Head coach Dave Canales has been very clear. Hey, we're going to be stubborn about running the ball, and I imagine that coming off an 1,000 yard season, uh, you're thinking, hey, I could be a three down back. Perhaps sharing the backfield isn't maybe what you want, but with a head coach that is so intent on running the ball, does that kind of quell that thought at all? Like, okay, wait, I'm still going to get my opportunities in Carolina.
Yeah, for me, it's kind of like similar to the situation that I dealt with at the beginning of the season in Dallas. With the split, and that's pretty much what the NFL is coming to. Having that 1-2 punch in guys and things like that. But like you said, he's gonna be. He said he's going to be stubborn and running the ball. So I'm pretty sure I get my opportunities. And as long as I'm getting my opportunities to go out there and play and do well, then I'm pretty sure everything will be fine. So definitely think I could be a three down back though. But the situation is what the situation is.
Great, thanks.
Right.
All right, and we will finish with David Newton.
Hey, I want to follow up playing quarterback, I guess, in high school. I know Caleb Farley did the same, and y'all grew up fairly close to each other. Did you guys ever cross paths at all, or what do you think of his skills as a quarterback too? Because he was,
No, I never. I think you're talking about Caleb Floyd. I think he went to like Virginia. Is that who you talking
yeah,
about? He played
but
corner.
he grew up just not that far, probably an hour outside of Asheville.
Never crossed paths with him before.
Okay, I was curious. He
Yeah.
played some quarterback in high school too, and had to
Yeah.
switch over to DB. And I was just curious about that. If y'all
Oh
met
no, no.
along the
I
line.
might have played a game in college. I think maybe. I think that's how I remember the name, if I'm remembering correctly. But other than that, no, never crossed paths with him.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thanks.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Rico. Appreciate you taking the time.
That's right. Thank y'all.